Mourners gathered at the Vigil at the Academy of Holy Angels in Richfield, Minnesota, to honor the victims of a mass shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church and School in Minneapolis. The attack left 2 people dead and 17 others injured, including several children attending a church service. Authorities reported that the shooter, heavily armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol, opened fire inside the church and school before taking his life in the parking lot. Emergency responders quickly secured the scene and transported the wounded to nearby hospitals for treatment. The incident marks the latest in a series of violent attacks in the United States, prompting renewed discussions on school and community safety measures. Our senior international correspondent Afua Hagan joins us now for more detail and a discussion on this. Afua, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Can you please tell us the latest on what we know about the shooting?
Well, eyewitnesses have been describing really terrifying scenes within this school after the gunman opened attack. It's thought that he opened attack through a church window, firing through the windows of that Catholic school and struck a group of children as they sat on the pews on Wednesday. These kids had just gone back to school. 2 children were killed and 17 injured. Like you said there, and like we saw hundreds of people at that vigil last night. Most of the children who are in hospital are going to recover well. One of them has left hospital already. One mother describing her feelings at her children not being hurt in that incident, but mixed feelings about them continuing to go to that school, and of course the conversation around gun violence in the United States.
About the gunman then.
But yes, the gunman, 23-year-old Robin Westman, that's what we've been told now. That person died at the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities haven't given a motive yet, but the FBI are thought to be looking along the lines of anti-Catholic terrorism. So it's thought that the gunman approached the side of the Annunciation Church, which also houses the school, as we know, and fired dozens of shots through the windows using 3 firearms. Police also found a smoke bomb at the scene. Now, officials are investigating whether shots were fired inside the building or outside of it, because there's been no casings of bullets found inside the building. Now, Westman was actually a former pupil of the school that is adjacent to that church, and the attacker's mother also worked at the establishment as well. This is according to a newsletter that was published in 2016. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara said the attacker did not have an extensive criminal history, but they did find a manifesto that they had put together that was put up online, that went up just before the attack, but that has been taken down by the FBI. Something else, another piece of information that has been released, that Westman's name was legally changed from Robert to Robin in 2020 because a judge had ruled that the minor child identifies as female and wants her name to reflect that identification.
So what has been the reaction to yet another shooting there?
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz offered sentiments saying the situation was all too common, not just in Minnesota and across the country. And of course, Tim Walz was Kamala Harris's vice presidential candidate and spoke out against gun violence and about measures that he thought the Democrats could take to try and limit the amount of gun violence in the United States. But of course, he is the Minnesota governor as well. So in that capacity, he was speaking. He also said that US President Donald Trump and his team had reached out to express their deep condolences and offered assistance, and that the US flag will be flown at half-mast at the White House as a show of respect for the victims. The first American Pope, Pope Leo, was amongst those who paid tribute to the young victims, saying that he was profoundly saddened by the attack.
Well, Afua Hagan, want to say thank you very much for bringing us the details about this instance. We'll continue to look to you for more. Thank you.